Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. This is Steve coming back with another video. In this session, there's not going to be an actual video where you can see any code or anything, but rather to kind of give you some updates of what's been going on in my life lately, which is a lot of things really. So obviously I haven't posted a video in about a month, and there was times when I was almost thinking about, I really couldn't think about what kind of content to put together or anything. So I'm trying to work on a plan on that right now because my life has taken a total different direction. For one thing, I'm no longer working at the same company anymore. I left PayPal, but I do now work in the IT industry. Kind of, you could say in the IT industry. I work in the tech industry. So I won't put the website, I won't put the name of the company out here because I don't like to try to put any company on the spot, especially that I work for them. It's good to maintain that. So anyways, I work for a company very similar to GoDaddy, and essentially what I do is I handle people's requests when they call in. It's kind of the same thing, similar to call centers and that. But they call in and their website goes down, for example, and I got to start doing troubleshooting steps. If their email goes down, I got to do troubleshooting steps and try to figure out what the issue is. And there's a lot of times that people actually will call in even over beyond this, where they're asking for like us to fix their website regarding like a coding issue, like an HTML or PHP, which is the main script that we use. And we have to tell them that we're not developers, we don't really handle this. But it's really cool because even in that environment now, we're in our class alone, we actually built a website in WordPress, and that was kind of a testament to really prepare us for what was on the floor. Now, there's so much stuff I learned about, even with DNS and, MX records and stuff that may not make sense to you here, but I've really learned, and I'm continuing to learn so much about the internet. Even the other day, I was learning about something called DKIM, which has to do with basically allow a way of creating these scripts that can help you avoid a lot of spam on the internet. And that was pretty complex. This guy had a dedicated IP, it wasn't working. We were trying to convince him to switch to VPS, he didn't want to do that. So a lot of stuff might be a little technical, but there's really some advanced stuff I'm learning. And every day I go to work now, I kid you not, I just love it. Even though I am working right now a 4 a.m. shift, pretty early in the morning because they're 24 hours to center, I love it. It's this idea that I'm sitting there and the calls are not always back-to-back, even though they can be complicated because anything's hard when you first try it. But as you start working through it more and more, it gets better in time. But I like the fact that I can do a lot of research, and I'm learning so much. It just blows my mind. I mean, I'm in that job now where I can actually go to Google, and if we don't have the article, I have to go to Google and try to figure it out. And if I can't find it in Google, at the same time, we can basically hit up what's called a chat within our organization and try to get answers from people who've already had similar problems. So it's a great dynamic environment that's going on between us and everybody, and it's just a great environment. They have those pellet guns they shoot at people and stuff like that. Just wonderful people. Like I said, the calls are not always really long. I'm doing probably right now about what was it, about 12 calls I had the other day compared to a normal one at other organizations where I might have like 80 or 90 or something like that. So it's a total difference. Also in this environment, you're actually allowed to use your mobile phone, where I've been in many environments where you can't use your mobile phone. So I can actually take out my mobile phone. If I need to assist a customer, I just go to my website and I test their website. I go to my phone and I test their website to see if it's working or not. I was doing it to a lady the other day. I was like, I got your website up on my phone, but she couldn't get it a connection on her side. I don't know if it was a Wi-Fi issue or whatever. So I had my coworker pull up her phone, which was an iPhone, and she got it too. So he's telling the customer, I got this going on. So apparently it was some kind of a delay in the server, because she was trying to do something called a redirect to get her website basically pointing to another page. But stuff like that's pretty cool. So give me a second. I also like green tea. Green tea is good for you if you ever tried this stuff. This stuff is really good for mental capacity. But anyways, what I'm trying to figure out now is where to go. I'm still doing a lot of karaoke on the side. I did that last night. If you guys want to check out some of my singing, I got the link up there on the sidebar there. But we do that every Friday, me and my roommate, and just gather friends together and just have a blast. But let's get the Commodore 64 stuff here. I'm still trying to. I know I've got some videos I need to kind of finish too, like the one for the machine language series. I need to really get that nipped in the bud. But like I said, because my life's taken such a dynamic twist and everything, working 4 a.m., I've been pretty much out of it for right now. I mean, it's like right now, it's like 7:40 in the morning, and I'm usually up at 2:45 in the morning and off on the road by 3 o'clock. So it's a lot of pressure at times. But I'm trying to get used to it. Just trying different things in my life. So I'm trying to think of, a path to go. I've seen some of the things I was doing with the Atari. People like that. The Machine Language Project, I hate mentioning it, I think, because I don't think it's ever going to rise again. I don't know. If you want to and you're still interested, contact me about that. It's really hard to maintain a team and keep them together when there's no, there's no currency, how to say, there's basically no one getting paid for it, It's like everybody has to volunteer their work, they have to commit their time, and, basically be flexible. So it's hard. I mean, myself too, I had to be flexible. And some of the things I'm working on right now, even more so in my life, I noticed is I've dragged a lot because now that I've got this 4 a.m. shift, I come home and I'm burning out. I just want to kind of relax, but I don't want to do that. I still want to keep working on websites. I still want to keep working on YouTube. So I'm trying to find a way to stay motivated by doing stuff. Even trying some supplements here on the side through GNC, they said that that would help me basically keep a focus and a concentration, because I break concentration easily. I could be like that kind of ADHD person or whatever, where I see one thing and move off to another. So I'm really trying to narrow that gap and try to really work on that more. So yeah, those are just some of the things that's going on through my mind right now. So I don't know, just give me some ideas, guys. Another thing I was going to mention too is I was so interested in getting and testing out a new device that I was going to get for the Atari, which is very similar to the drive you see back there for the Commodore 64 that allows you to upload files to the computer. It was for the Atari, of course. But the guy shipped it, and it was my fault. He shipped it to my old address, and he said it came back to him, but he was going to ship it again, and I didn't have him reship it, because at that point I was more concerned about scams and stuff like that, and at that point I was kind of falling out with it and deciding I probably didn't want it anymore, because he wanted me to pay extra money to ship it back, and I was like, I didn't think that was appropriate, but I understood he had to pay for the shipping charges. But really with PayPal, a lot of times the shipping charges are on him, and I work for them, so I know that. So I kind of just let that go. And if I come down that road again, I'll cross over. The Atari isn't the main focus of this channel. Obviously, it's a Commodore 64. So we'll see where that goes. But some of the other things, too, is working on my website right now. Now, kind of to steer here left for a direction, I've also got a website I was working on in class called and I'll put the link down here in the description if you want to check it out. But it's not for Commodore 64. It's for the GTA stuff that it still exists on this channel in the background there. The Grand Theft Auto 5, where I was learning about their trainer, and I learned how to, basically hack and use what's called the script hook and do stuff like that. So I've got a website that we created in class on my job. I use that kind of as an example. It's called RetroGamerGuide.com. Now, there is a RetroGameGuide.com, so I had to put the R in there to kind of, be different. But I'm competing with that huge website. But anyways, I'll put that link in the description if you want to check that out. But I've still got the Commodore 64 site. I just need to figure out where to go with that. And like I said, if I can get more motivated and find a way to consolidate my time and manage my time more effectively, I can make this work again. If I'm one sole person doing all this, it would be nice to have teams. Teams really inspire me. When I get together and we do the Google Hangouts, which we do that at work too, we use Google Hangouts, I get so driven. At that point, I'm just going. I'm like an engine. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this week after week. And this is just great, man. I'm learning so much. You guys are awesome. So if we could get that going again, I'll probably try to commit some time to that. Maybe a little small space somewhere. Right now, it's kind of tight. Because the other thing, too, is if I'm planning to switch my hours. And if I switch my hours, I'll probably have to sacrifice, because I have weekends off right now, and I'll probably have to switch to working on a Saturday or a Sunday given. So we'll see how that goes. But even then, I could maybe work like a 6 a.m. shift, which I'm okay with. Better than the 4 a.m. shift, of course. And then have a little bit of time to work with that still. But things are kind of a little imbalanced in my life right now, so I'm kind of working on them, trying to figure out where to go. I kid you not, I've always had a passion for this stuff. I would really love to be able to make those really big games and that. There's just so much that goes behind it. Most people do not know, unless you've actually been here working with us with the sessions that we do through Google Hangouts, how complicated this stuff is and how deep it can really be. I mean, you're talking about speaking directly to the computer's natural language, which is the machine language or the binary language itself. And there's a lot of things that transpire between there. There's timing and a lot of things that are very important to get right. And if they're not right, then it just basically makes a mess of things and it slows things down. And sometimes it often can just crash your program. So there's a lot of things that have to be worked out. inside of these virtual environments that are essentially created in a Commodore 64, which is what's just known as the bank switching, essentially. So, anyways, kind of a lot to talk about in this video, but I just wanted to let you know I'm still here. I'm not dead. Just trying to figure out where to go in this crazy cycle of life. Really happy about the career and just new changes and seeing where things are going from here. So, I appreciate your feedback. I love to hear your, comments and just what you are going to tell me. I know a few of you have asked, if I was still planning to do something and you like this or that. Let me know again. I really take the comments into consideration, guys. I may not always mention your names, and if you want me to do shout-outs, let me know. I'm totally fine with that. I'm a small channel, so I don't really know where that would go, but I can still shout out anything you want, as long as you're not a spammer. So, and believe in me, I know about spam because we have to do that work now, and I have to analyze that kind of stuff, so I can identify it pretty quickly. But anyways, yeah, just let me know what you think here. I'll kind of throw a hint at what I do for work, but I won't say the name of the company. But technically, one of the clients we do work with is called Bluehost. And I used to have a Bluehost account when I built my websites. That's all I'm going to say about that, since I don't want to put the name on the map. But we do deal with Bluehost and a couple other clients. So anyways, I appreciate your likes, favorites, subscriptions. Let me know how I can improve these videos over time. And just, yeah, let's just keep going forward with this. Let's keep rocking and rolling with the Commodore 64. And let's bring it back into the limelight. I probably said this crazy stuff before, but, I really... It's such a small thing on Google that I don't know where we even sit in the center of things. I mean, I think what the Commodore 64 exists bigger on Google is not inside of YouTube. Rather, it exists bigger inside of those websites that were built long before YouTube. And I think that's probably one of the things I failed to understand. Because I wanted to say that back in the days before I was doing all this Commodore 64 stuff, let's just say after I did the Commodore 64 stuff, I switched over in the 90s to something called QBasic, and I was doing that for a while, and I just kind of abandoned my Commodore 64 roots. Now, if I had stuck with them and still stayed consistently doing that and just writing programs or whatever, even though I couldn't upload it to the internet, by the time the internet came around, I could have created a Commodore 64 channel and probably generated more traffic than I have now. So now it's kind of an uphill battle to try to figure out how to make this work. But, I've done some things, like if I have mentioned it before, and I don't know if I put that video out here, but I got entered into a magazine. If you want to see that video, maybe I could do a intro on it. But I have it on my website. I'll put the link down there where I got interviewed by Commodore Free magazine, and I actually have a whole article in there where they asked me questions back and forth. And I kept that kind of under the radar for a while because I didn't really think it was a big thing. But those kind of things are important to try to get your name out there. I just don't really know where to go with the Commodore 64. Unless I was actually, rolling out a game maybe every week or every month, people are just going to be like, I'll just move on. I'll find somebody who's more funnier or whatever, or just somebody who's more entertaining, who's got more of a production studio. You call this a production studio? I don't think so. But anyways, anything I can improve on, maybe even the video quality, whatever you think, let me know, guys, because, I would like to step it up in the next generation. I mean, 8-Bit Guy's doing wonders for himself, and he's talking about old computers, and he's still doing wonders. So anyways, I don't know a lot, but I am in an organization now where I am basically learning even about SEO and just things that really could probably just open my entire life, turn my life upside down in a good way. So anyways, I said that was all I was going to say. So yeah, let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. You guys rock. Let's keep on going and figure out where the next direction is headed here. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. If I can name you out, I would definitely do that. Have a great day.